In a quiet village surrounded by whispering woods, there was a saying passed from elder to child: when the feather appears, your path begins. No one knew what it meant, not truly. Many believed it was an old legend, a poetic phrase meant to inspire wonder in children. But deep in his heart, young Kael believed it was real. He had always felt different from the others, not stronger, not smarter, just aware. He noticed the way wind shifted before a storm, how shadows danced without light, and how the trees sometimes seemed to breathe. Then, one twilight evening, as Kael stood atop the hill where the village ended and the wildness began, he saw it. A single white feather floating against the wind, drifting not down but forward, as if guided by something unseen. It paused mid-air and then moved on. Kael followed. He didn't pack a bag. He didn't tell anyone. Deep within, he felt that the journey would vanish if he hesitated. So barefoot and unsure, he stepped onto the path of the feather. The feather led him through dense fog and ancient trees, across silent rivers and over mountains where the stars felt close enough to touch. Days passed, or maybe weeks. Time no longer moved in the way he knew it. At each place the feather paused, Kael faced a trial. At the edge of the cliff, the feather floated into thin air. Jump, whispered a voice inside him. He hesitated, trusted, and jumped. He fell and landed safely in the bed of soft moss deeper in the forest. At a ruined stone archway, vines tangled around his arms, trying to pull him back. He could return or push forward. Kael gritted his teeth, tore himself free, and walked through. Then came the final test. The feather brought him to a dark hollow and echoing. In its center was a pole, black as the void. The feather hovered over it, still now, waiting. Kael looked in and saw himself, not as he was, as he feared he could become. Forgotten, voiceless, full of regret. Tears filled his eyes. He whispered, I don't know if I am strong enough. And the feather, the first time, touched his chest. A sudden warmth spread through him. It wasn't power. It was peace dissolved. Kael stepped into the pole and awoke back on the hill where it all began. But the village was different. The trees stood taller, the stars seemed brighter, and the villagers, they looked at Kael as if they had always been waiting for him to return. In his hand, he still held the feather, no longer white, but golden,